Hi everyone, it's Kim Adams for today's Monday Money Talk. And today we're going to talk about ways to earn more money when you feel stuck. This is a common complaint that I get from clients or a common issue that we work on when I work with clients, whether it's individually or in my group and mastermind programs, is they feel stuck. And that happens to so many of us. It really does. We feel stuck. We don't know what to do. And in my experience in working with clients and in working on my own stuff, I found that many times, the majority of the time, when we feel stuck, it's usually because we are hitting up against resistance patterns. You know, we're in a resistance pattern. We feel stuck. We may distract ourselves easily. We can't focus. Those are what I call resistance patterns. And they can also include kind of full-blown self-sabotage, where you create an injury or an illness. That's also a resistance pattern. So first of all, the most important thing to do is really to uncover the underlying issue. And many times you get into these patterns, you feel stuck because it's pushing up against something that just doesn't feel comfortable. A lot of times when it comes to stagnant income, it usually is pushing up against a loyalty vow, because we all have this innate, deep-seated need to be loyal to the tribe. And so when we try to earn more and try to be more than our parents and then our family of origin, many times it just doesn't feel comfortable. And we don't realize that it's all subconscious stuff, but what happens is we start self-sabotaging. So the first tip is really to uncover that stuff. It's the majority of the work that I'm doing with clients now, because I feel like it's the crux of the problem for so many people, is getting to the underlying issue for people. So that's super, super important. Many times you're working really hard too and still feel stuck. So you're doing the right things supposedly. You're working really hard. And you're still in the same place, or maybe you've earned the same amount of money for years. Many times that's also a vow, or that's pushing up against something too, because many people have the paradigm and have been raised with the paradigm that you need to work hard for a living. That's a pretty deep-seated Protestant work ethic thing in our country here in the States. It's not true, but we have to release that paradigm and heal that piece of us to really get over that, to get out of that cycle. So that's the first tip, is really important. Couple tricks for getting out of a resistance pattern. So if you know, for example, that you need to do something that you know would move your business forward and would bring money in and would serve your clients and your customers, one of the tricks to do is just to set a timer. This works for so many things. When my kids were little and I would try to get them to clean their room, we would put music on and I would say, okay, let's see what we can get done before this song's over. So setting yourself a timer as an adult works really well too. And what happens is you say, okay, I'm just going to do this for 30 minutes. Something you probably don't want to do, but will move your business forward. Set the timer and just do it in 30 minutes. Many times you'll go over. So it's just a way to kind of jumpstart you and get you started. That's one tip. Another tip is to brainstorm, to just, get quiet, get a pencil and paper, maybe the real thing instead of a computer, pencil and paper, and just start brainstorming on all the things you could do to make more money in your business or in your life. And a lot of times as you're sitting there, and silence is golden, so silence will help you connect, and also your brain will start working. So that's another way, is to brainstorm. It's just to kind of get as many ideas as you can on paper. I know Earl Nightingale was big on that. He would start his day every morning and just brainstorm and write things. It was very, very successful. He was very successful at it, and it really worked for him. He'd get his cup of coffee and just write. And so I think that's very enlightening, and will bring you lots of ideas. So try that too. Another thing that I would highly recommend is that you spend some quiet time and meditate and try to connect with your inner guidance, whether you call it your soul or your higher self or God or whatever you call it. But connecting with your higher self can really help you get in flow and really understand and then know at a deeper level what it is you should be doing. All right? Because many times I feel like we're not really honest with ourselves either about what we're really excited about and what really turns us on. So it's really important to get clear on that. I mean, I'm constantly changing that too. So it's an evolution. It's really like an ongoing thing. So getting comfortable with that too is really cool and really important. So really meditating, getting quiet, connecting with your higher self is super important to get messages on where you should be going next. Another thing to realize, and this will come with meditation too, is just realizing that it might not be the right time. It might just not be your time. And if you have the belief that everything happens in divine timing, you can relax. So the more that you let go, we've been hearing that term a lot lately, letting go. The more you can let go and be in flow, things will work out so much better for you. They really will. Because that takes so much pressure off of you. And if you learn to trust and surrender, I know that this is easier said than done many times, because our little pea brain wants to always be thinking about what we should be doing, and our inner critic is always loud and telling us what we should do and shouldn't do. But if you can get still and really be honest with yourself on what you like to do and what really excites you, and then just be still and realize that not everything happens when you want it to. And sometimes that feeling alone, that release of energy and stress will be enough to push you forward to where you should be, and also push your income forward. So it's really interesting. It's all a mindset thing, right? There's a programming that has to be released, and there's also your mindset. So anything that you can do to de-stress yourself and get out of the worry about it is going to be enough many times to push you forward and get out of your stuck place. So I've seen it time and time again with clients. And the programming, though, I think is the biggest thing. So we can have positive thoughts, but if we're pushing up against negative programming or just programming that holds us back, that's what I feel is the underlying issue for so many people. So it's something I work with my clients in my mastermind. It's also something I do with my one-on-one clients. And it's also something that I'm going to be doing in my live event. So if you're in the Pittsburgh area, I'm having my first live event April 20th. And I'm going to be teaching some of these techniques that I use with my clients and my group programs to uncover what's holding you back. So if you're in the Pittsburgh area, please join me. The link is below in this on my Facebook page here. And so be sure to click it and come join me and get a feel for what I'm doing. It's been so awesome for me, and I'm having amazing success with my clients. So I'd love to help you too. I feel like this is the time when we really need to own our power and own our wealth and become successful and live in alignment, do what we want to do, and make money at it. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Please feel free to put any comments here. If you're not watching this now, but you're watching the replay, feel free to comment, ask me any questions. If you're interested in my live event, just message me, or if you're interested in my mastermind, please do the same. Message me and I can get you information about it. So it's been awesome being with you. Have an awesome week, and I'll talk to you at least next Monday for next Monday's Money Talk. Take care. Bye.